of the world below, the ego show. The more I love, the more I see this world of truth is home to me. I am a soul, this truth I hold. The supreme is mine, ancient and bold. This meeting now is once in time, where I let go of me and mine. The more I remember, the more I rise, and bodies pull just slowly dies. No more excuses, no more delay. I listen to truth and clear the way. Each word of wisdom, sweet and clear, brings Maya close, and then she disappears. I play the song of truth each day, and doubts like shadows fade away. To serve with light in calm control is how I heal and make souls whole. Experience speaks beyond the lines. It sparkles seen in subtle signs. In joy I live, in peace I stay. My silent face will light the way. I am a soul, this truth I hold. The supreme is mine, ancient and bold. I claim my place in the world of light. The soul returns to claim its right. The play goes on, and now I see this deep remembrance sets me free.
Om Shanti, Namaste, good morning.
Om Shanti.
क्योंकि at one part of the world it is good morning, at one part of the world it is good evening. So I just took a positive note and good morning because we are just meeting for the first time. Yes, from Lagos I would always say good evening to all of you. And our speakers are also from different places. Someone is sharing a different time zone as well. But fortunately, Lagos and London have the same time zone now. First of all, happy International Wellness Day to all of you. The actual date of the Wellness Day was April 15th. United Nations have recognized that there should be an awareness about wellness. Everyone wants to be healthy. We all have been chanting and narrating and singing this particular poem right from the childhood, healthy, wealthy and wise. Do you remember how it starts? Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy and wise. But still, health is not there, wealth is little, wisdom is going. So what is happening in our life? How should be our lifestyle? We have expert speakers, Mrs. Sharda Maganti, who is a wellness coach, experienced and an expert as well. And at the same time, we have Sister Sunita, all the way from London. And she is also a wellness expert, and she's practically a nurse, nursing the wounds from the heart and mind and also the body of the souls. And I met both of our speakers. Sharda Ben, say hello. Sunita Ben, just wave your hand.
Hi. Hello.
So I would like to introduce a little bit about our speakers. as I know them personally, I spend good amount of time with them. So Sharda Ben is a director of public relations in Skyline University in Kano, and at the same time she is a qualified educator for MBA students, and she's a passionate change maker dedicated to empower individuals through inclusive education, leadership, and community impact with experience in educational innovation, strategic program development, and mentoring. And she strives to inspire resilience, purpose driven growth, and meaningful social change while creating opportunities for a more equitable future. Round of applause and thank you. Moreover,
Okay.
she's a kind mother and a very caring person. She's an embodiment of care, kindness, love, and all of that I can say. She's very
Thank you
sweet
so much, sister. Thank you so much
and
for wonderful introduction.
constantly spreading the vibrations of goodness and smiles and all of that, because we meet early morning meditations and her voice is always fresh, as if she just the day has begun. Certainly the day has begun, but she's not in the intoxication of the sleep. Even in the morning, 4 o'clock, she would have a smile and say, "Good morning, sister." And always think, am I talking to a radio jockey or something? Lots of freshness, enthusiasm, and happiness. Equally, I would like to introduce our wonderful second speaker, that is Sister Sunita. Sister Sunita is a very good mother, a patient leader, and a very tolerant person in her activities. The care, caution, patience is visible. As I spent some time with her, she's the one who took me to see the London Bridge and the London places, and she took me all the places with lot of care, taking and speaking about all the things, and I learned a lot. And I walked and walked and walked, but I didn't get tired because she knew all the different places over there. And it was so patiently that she took. Along with us was her daughter and her niece as well. I'm recollecting those wonderful moments. Sunita Ben, you are amazing. Thank you for accepting the invitation and for coming here to share your experience, and all the more what meditation did in your daily life, in your professional life as a nurse as well. And we will listen to you. And thank you for your patience. We will listen to Sharda Ben, who is our speaker, who will speak about wellness. She's a wellness coach, and we will listen. I won't take much of the time. Sunita Ben will sit back and enjoy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sister. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. Om Shanti. Good evening, everyone, and a heartfelt
Om Shanti.
Mother's Day to all the wonderful mothers and nurturing souls present here today. Today feels like one of those rare, meaningful alignments of International Wellness Day and a Mother's Day coming together. And if life had a thoughtful event planner, it really couldn't have designed a better combination than this. Because long before wellness became a concept, a trend, or even a hashtag, it quietly lived in every home in the presence of mother. In fact, if we reflect a little, and the first wellness space for all of us we must have entered is not a hospital, not a gym, not even a wellness app. It is mother's care and her routine and her instincts and her unconditional presence. And let us admit something with a smile. If technology ever needed an upgrade, its first training module would probably come from a mother. Google may search, Alexa may respond, ChatGPT may assist, but mother, she often knows the questions before it is even spoken. That is not artificial intelligence, my friends. That is natural wisdom. So, this is why today gathering is so special to me and to all of us here, because true wellness is not limited to a body, diet plans, or structured routines. Real wellness is a balance of mind, emotions, energy, and inner stability. And perhaps the most powerful living example for this balance is mother, who manages life, love, responsibility, and countless invisible roles, often without even passing or pausing to count her own effort. Om Shanti. A good evening to every one of you. I'm Sharda Maganti, a constant seeker of knowledge with over 4 decades. Sister, can you play the PPT, please?
Yeah, I was just waiting for your signal only. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Sure.
So, Om Shanti, a good evening to every one of you. Next slide, sister. So, I'm Sharda Maganti, a constant seeker of knowledge with over 4 decades of experience in the field of education. Over the years, I have come to deeply believe that education is not merely the nurturing of values and shaping of character and awakening for purpose. Alongside education, I'm also a health and wellness coach and regularly conduct seminars for wellness aspirants. We also host a Sunday Wellness Club every Sunday between 7 to 8 p.m. on Zoom, where like minded individuals come together, learn, share, and stay inspired towards healthier and more conscious living. So, next slide, please, sister. And I strongly believe sharing knowledge is caring. And today, as we celebrate wellness and motherhood together, we are also honoring the silent healers, the first teachers, the original wellness practitioners who continue to shape every home from within. Next slide, please. Although I have been associated with Brahma Kumaris for about good 25 years. My engagement was mostly limited to attending lectures whenever I had time, and after Sister Gautami started visiting Kano, and then occasionally watching online sessions on YouTube. However, over the past year, I have made more consistent effort to listen to Baba's Murli every morning and apply the teachings in daily life. Slowly, I also developed the discipline of waking up early for the yoga and meditation without giving flimsy excuses. This regular practice has brought a noticeable shift in me, and I feel more grounded, more level headed in my thoughts and in my decisions. And I find myself responding to situations with greater calmness, compassion, and understanding. The routine has not just added structure to my day, but has also helped me experience a deeper sense of inner balance and clarity. What I appreciate most is that there is always so much to learn and so much scope to groom yourself and oneself. The teachings beautifully explain the importance of self development, self awareness, and righteous living with great clarity and simplicity. With every Murli, I feel I'm learning not only how to improve myself, but also how to live with greater purpose, peace, and positivity in daily life. The teachings help me become more aware of my thoughts, my words, my actions, and guiding me to respond with patience, with compassion, and calmness in every situation. Gradually, this spiritual wisdom brings inner balance and clarity and a deeper understanding of righteous living and self development. I also feel that this knowledge is meant to be shared through our conduct, with our interactions with others. A positive attitude, kind words, and peaceful behavior can quietly inspire people around us and create harmonious atmosphere at home and in workplace and in the society overall. The more I practice these values, the more I realize that true change begins within ourselves and naturally spreads positively to others. So, dear brothers and sisters, let us begin with something every home silently experiences. Morning arrives and the alarm rings, and before most people even decide whether to wake up or negotiate for another 5 minutes, there is one person who is already in motion. The tea is boiling, coffee is brewing, breakfast is half ready, someone's socks is vanished again, and in the middle of the chaos, a calm voice now says, "Check near the sofa," as if she has a magical GPS tracking for every lost item in the house. This presence is the mother, Ma, mom, Ami, Amma, Mataji, different names, but same superpower. And honestly, motherhood is not just a biological role, it is an energy. We see it everywhere. A colleague who reminds you to eat before a long meeting, a friend who listens to you patiently in your midnight emotional drama without charging consultation fee, and a grandmother who believes almost every life problem can be solved with food. Headache? Eat first. Stress? Have some tea. Heartbreak? Eat more sweets. No stage, no spotlight, just quiet, consistent care. And perhaps that is why today's topic connects so beautifully with Mother's Day, because the greatest healers in life often work silently. They do not demand an applause or recognition. They simply continue giving, supporting, and healing every single day, just like the mothers. Nature has been doing the very same thing all along, my friends. Next slide, please. Every morning, the sun rises without sending a single message. Please acknowledge me today, my service. It simply shows up patiently, consistently, and unconditionally. Now, imagine if sun behaves like, "Sorry, I'm not in a mood today. No sunlight until further notice." Life would just struggle. It would pause. Look at the trees. They are nature's most emotionally stable beings. People cut them, people climb them, people carve their names on them, and still they respond with shade, fruits, oxygen, and silence. No complaints, no drama, no passive aggression captions. Rivers are even wiser, my friends. Block their path, they don't argue for years. They simply find another road and continue flowing. If humans learned this skill, most long family discussions would end in 5 minutes. That is why we call nature Mother Nature, because, like a mother, it gives without calculation. Air continues to sustain life, water continues to cleanse, and sunlight continues to return every morning, and nature never sends bill for survival. Maybe that is exactly why we forget to value them. The next slide, please. Now, in the modern life, we are so busy. Now, let us look at the reality. For many of us, the day begins not with the sunlight, but with screen. Messages, notification, good morning messages, emails, reminders, breaking news, or someone's perfectly filtered life with Insta pictures that will arrive before you and forget everything. You will even forget your time. You will even forget getting up on time. And silently, your body is asking for water. And what do you give in this? Looking into the mobile phone, give tea or coffee. Early morning tea or coffee. Now your lungs are calm and breathing. And what do we give? We give stress, unwanted stress, because we didn't start the day on time. So what happens? You have to do everything in a hurry. So there is a stress. And mind is asking for silence, and we give 50 or 100 notifications at the breakfast table. Even before eating breakfast, your fingers are working more than your mind. Life has become so fast, and even thoughts feel like they are running late for something very important. And slowly, mind becomes crowded like a market during peak hour. Small things feel big. Rest feels unnecessary. Patience becomes rare. And suddenly, a Wi Fi issue feels like a global crisis with some emotional exhaustion and casually labeled saying that I'm so busy and I'm not connected. In this process of upgrading our lifestyle, we quietly disconnected ourselves from life itself. Water became optional. Sunlight became inconvenient. The sun is too hot. Even early morning to take 10 steps in the sun, we give this excuse. Fresh air becomes rare because you step out of your AC rooms, go into your AC cars, go into your AC office, and everything becomes by chance if I want to go into the nature. Now, sleep becomes negotiable and silence becomes uncomfortable. Ironically, we are more connected than ever. We say world is a global village. We are connected very well, but internally we are more tired than ever. Next slide, please. Yet the body has not forgotten its language. The moment we reconnect with even one natural element, something shifts quietly inside. It feels rejuvenated. 10 minutes in the morning sunlight makes your mind lighter. Proper hydration restores energy that no caffeine can replace. A few deep breathing in fresh air calms your nervous system, and like it is finally receiving some permission to relax. Even sleep now often is treated like a luxury. It is still body's most powerful healing system. While we proudly say, I slept only for 3 hours, the body quietly says to us, I tried my best to manage in whatever time you gave me. The truth is simple. Sun is still rising, air is still flowing, water still cleanses, sleep still repairs. Nothing in nature stopped healing us, my friends. We simply stopped noticing them. And maybe true wellness is not about adding more into life, but reconnecting with what always was there for us, already existing in the form of sunlight, air, water, rest, and stillness. Because sometimes healing is not complicated, it is just forgotten. Next slide, please. The most important, the invisible gift we only notice when it is missing. Next slide, please. There is something amusing about us human beings. We can skip meals, we delay air. That's the previous one, sister, not this one. We are talking about air, the previous one. Yes, leave it there. No. Air system. Yes. Yes, here. Leave it here. So we human beings, there's something very amusing about us. We can skip meals, we delay water, we ignore sleeping for a while. But imagine, friends, without air, life pauses within minutes. And yet, it is the most ignored element of all because it is invisible. Nobody proudly says, I have completed my oxygen intake today. But let Wi-Fi stop for 2 minutes and suddenly the whole house turns into an emergency center. We notice perfumes, we notice food aromas, we notice room freshness, but not the only silent power that is rejuvenating each cell of our body. While breathing became a side act, today breathing has become automatic but not conscious. We rush, we scroll, we reply, we worry, and sometimes in between, our breathing becomes shallow. Stress changes breathing instantly. Anger shortens the breathing. Anxiety disrupts it totally. And when people say, I'm suffocated, they are often speaking about life itself, not just air. Deep breathing quietly tells the brain, you are safe. Start performing your activities. And for this, there is no subscription, there is no cost, there is no complexity. And fresh air is nature's free therapy to us. There is always time for everything in the life. But for us, there is no time to breathe fresh air. If you remember the olden times, the life started outside. Children used to play outside. Evenings were spent outdoors. They used to put the cots outside, have a small party, all the food, everything is taken outside. Windows are always open. Early morning, one of the person wakes up and opens all the windows. Today, we move from AC rooms, AC cars, to AC offices. I keep repeating this. And somewhere, nature must be wondering if they have done something wrong. And actually, it is our body which slowly responds where our fatigue increases, sleep becomes shallow, and sometimes what we call tiredness is simply lack of oxygen that connects us, lack of breathing. That is why when you're anxious, people say, sit down, calm yourself, deep breathe in and breathe out. All these instructions are for us for the air to flow smoothly inside so that it can rejuvenate our body. Now, why air matters is what we would want to know. Then let me tell you, my friends, every organ depends on oxygen. Your brain needs for fine clarity. Your heart needs for circulation. Your immune system responds better when breathing is calm and deep. Even a short walk outside can shift your mood instantly. That is not mindset, it is biology returning to balance your body. Now, the simple remedies, what I can suggest is spend 10 minutes outdoor daily. If sun is very hot and intense, probably you can start early morning, maybe at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, 10 minutes walk and 10 minutes walk after you eat food. In lunch or even in the dinner, and breathe slowly and deeply without distraction. Open windows and let fresh air circulate indoors. Reduce constant mental noise. Constant mental noise, I meant, is let the brain rest for some time. You will worry for every single thing. Every single thing you become anxious. Instead of that, choose calmness. Reduce the mental noise. And air never demands attention. Remember that. It simply gives life every second. Perhaps healing begins when we finally start breathing fully again. So, my friends, take in a deep breath and bring out through your mouth and say, "Thank you, God. Thank you, Baba." So, the next important element we forget. Next slide, please. Water, the silent healer we keep postponing. When the body asks for water, we often think so many things extra. For me personally, I must tell you, friends, I refuse to drink water because I'm a working lady and I have to use the restrooms outside. So, my consumption of water could be just 2 glasses and 3 glasses. And when my body started responding, I started becoming like a balloon, gaining extra weight, not understanding why. And then later, when I realized it is the organs, my body, which is shouting for water. And then I started taking water, and it took some time, 6 months, 8 months. But when I regularly started taking water, my body shifted, and face started rejuvenating, body started rejuvenating, energy started flowing. So I must say here, this water is very, very important. Water is probably the most ignored essential in our daily life. If it came in a fancy bottle with complex names, it would be treated like a wellness trend. But plain water, the real hero, is often delayed. Mornings, you begin with tea or coffee. You will not, even if you say take one glass of warm water, you will have 101 excuses for that. But if you say, okay, you want to be fresh, take a cup of coffee, immediately you can gulp 2-3 cups of coffee. But that caffeine is not giving good response inside the body. While the body quickly asks for hydration after hours of rest, remember, you slept in the night, woke up in the morning, and then you're feeding with coffee and tea, no water. And water patiently waits and says, maybe you're going to give me later. Maybe you will give me later. And then when we forget, our body starts complaining. Nobody hates water. We simply forget taking water. Now, flavored drinks feel exciting, while water feels too simple for us. Sometimes thirst is mistaken for hunger. And when you feel thirsty, you start cravings of small things around you, like groundnuts, like small chops, like you have some farsans in your house. You keep eating them. And sometimes we avoid water because it will interrupt your conversation. And slowly, dehydration becomes normal without being noticed. Even when you talk so much, taking a little sip of water would not do anything. But we feel, oh, somebody might think something if we drink water in front of them. So we don't give ourselves that little luxury of 2 sips of water. Our throat is getting dried, but we will never touch water. And the body always speaks. Believe me, it whispers first, but later it starts giving signals. What kind of signals, you may ask? Headaches, fatigue, dry skin, constipation, sugar cravings, and poor focus. These are often not random problems, my friends. They are hydration signals. One simple example: a person constantly feeling tired often improves just by drinking enough water regularly. No complexity, just little correction. Body was never broken, it was just thirsty. Now, simple remedies for bringing water back into our life. I would say start your day with warm cup of water before anything. Drink small amounts throughout the day. Add natural flavors like lemon, like mint, like cucumber if needed. Carry water like you carry your phone. Hydration is not about effort, it is about awareness. And water quietly supports everything inside your body: your digestion, your energy, your brain function, and your skin health and detoxification without asking any attention. Maybe it feels ordinary only because it has already been there, but sometimes the most powerful healers are the simplest ones. Now, according to the nutrition, it is said that for every 20 kilos of your weight, you must drink 1 liter of water. So, if you are 60 kilos of weight, it means that you have to drink 3 liters of water, and the calculation goes accordingly. So, make sure that is about 12 glasses of water, just to make a simple statement. Next, please. Next slide. Sister, next slide. Next. We finished water. Yes. Stay there. Thank you. So the natural healer that is still showing up in the morning, every morning, unconditionally, without any complaints. Sun rises daily without fail, without complaints, without condition, and yet we often treat like something to avoid. We wake up late, stay indoors, and only meet sunlight when it is very harsh, then blame it for being so strong. We will not blame ourselves. Remember that. Sun never left us. We just stopped meeting early in the morning. When humans started living like indoor plants, plants in sunlight grow strong, plants in shade weaken. Humans are not different. Earlier, life happened indoors. Morning walks, tea outside, outdoors, sorry. Morning walks, tea outside, children playing in open spaces. Today, many people barely touch natural sunlight. And then the medical report will say vitamin D deficiency. Body quickly asks, where did we lose our sunlight connection? And sunlight regulates sleep. It strengthens your bones. It supplies immunity and improves your mood and balances your energy. So even 10 minutes of morning sun can change the whole body, how the body feels the entire day. Sometimes the body doesn't need any supplements, it just needs sunlight. Now, how do we connect to sunlight? Spend a few minutes in the morning in daily sun. Walk outdoors if possible. Open your curtains and combine sunlight with natural food like yogurt, like greens, like nuts and mushrooms, if at all. Healing does not always require effort, my friends. Sometimes it requires exposure. And the beautiful truth about sunlight is sun rises for everyone without asking anything in return. And maybe the real question is not whether sunlight works, but whether we are still willing to receive sunlight. Next, please. Next slide. The most important and the most neglected, rest. Rest is not just sleep, my friends. It is body's built-in repair system. During proper rest, the brain processes the emotions, the nervous system resets, and the body repairs the cells and tissues. It helps us restore our energy and improve focus, balance our hormones, and strengthen immunity. Without rest, even good food or exercise cannot fully support good health. So today's lifestyle, rest is often is compromised, like with excess screen time, mobile, laptops, social media, and irregular sleep schedules and late night habits, work pressure, stress, mentally overthinking, and consumption of caffeine or stimulants late in the night, and lack of boundaries between work and life and personal life. Emotional disturbances like anxiety and worry. Sometimes people carry their office work home and then say we have something to submit tomorrow, and then start taking junk food, start taking fizzy drinks, and then order pizzas and all, and then late night work and then sleep. Body does not get the time to rejuvenate and function well. And then you have bloating, acidity, and all the other problems that come along. So the rest is insufficient or poor. When rest is insufficient or poor, our body and mind begin to show signals, believe me. It is again the constant fatigue, low energy, irritability, anxiety, and mood swings, and weak immunity and frequent illness. Here in Nigeria, you see every 15 days, every 10 days, people complain that I had a malaria attack. I had malaria. I got tested, and again it is +1, +2 malaria. And this is because the system is weak, immunity is weak. And then because of this, what happens is there is poor concentration, memory is not maintained, and there is hormonal imbalance, and then the digestion get disturbed. So early signals of burnt out and mental exhaustion. I'm feeling tired. I don't know why I'm feeling tired. My friends, you feel tired, it means your body is demanding rest. So please take rest. Rest can be naturally restored through our simple lifestyles, my friends. Maintain a fixed sleep routine. Sleep and wake up on consistent timings. And reduce screen time at least 1 hour before you sleep. And practice deep breathing and meditation before sleeping. Keep sleeping environment calm, dark, and quiet. Do not install TVs inside your bedrooms. Avoid heavy meals and stimulants late in the evening. And spend few minutes in gratitude, in silence before sleeping. Rest is not luxury, my friends. It is a biological necessity. When we honor rest, we allow the body to heal by itself naturally, just as it is designed for us. Next slide, please. Now, returning to what always healed us, dear friends, as we celebrate Mother's Day and Wellness Day today, we are reminded of something profound. The best care is often silent, consistent, and unconditional. Just like the mothers, nature has been healing us all along through sunlight, through air, through water, through rest and balance. Yet, in chasing modern speed, we drifted away from simple living. Body became tired, mind became loud, and peace began to fall apart and drift away from us. But nothing in nature stopped working, my friends. The sun still rises, air still froze, water still heals, and sleep still restores. We did not lose our healers, our hero healers. We just lost attention. We do not pay attention. And according to me, wellness is not about adding more to life, but returning to what life always quietly offered to us. Because sometimes the strongest healing is not found in something new. It is found in remembering what we always had enough, abundant, and natural. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you for your attention. I hope I was able to convey some message to all of you.
Oh, wow, this is some. Then how will be the whole sum? Amazing. This is really, really wonderful, very thought provoking, eye opener, inspiring, what I can say. But there are some more slides, aren't
Last
they?
one slide. Last one, sister.
Okay.
Yes, that's it.
We are very much in
So,
time.
yes, I always believe sharing is caring, as I said. And keep that last slide, sister.
Is it? Okay, I'll do that.
Yes, please. Yes. So I always say I believe in sharing is caring. You know, in wellness journey, sharing and caring becomes healing. Remember this. So whatever we have, when we share and when we care, we heal not only ourselves, but the people in front of us. Thank you so much for listening. And thank you, sister, for the time. Sister, I'm a teacher, so time is always maintained.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much. Really, it is very nice of you. Not just the time that you also shared something important and it is useful. I'm sure that everybody has enjoyed and have taken their notes, taken their tips and inspirations. Now we move forward to Sister Sunita, who got connected from London. Thank you, Sister Sunita. Sister Sunita has been a mother and a nurse from 30 years and a meditator from 11 years. So we will invite with round of applause and lots of good wishes. We are so happy to have you, Sister Sunita. We'll come back to you, Shardabin, once Sister Sunita has completed her presentation. Then probably all the question and answer session for a few minutes will be there. Who would like to ask any question to you directly will be, you handle. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Gautami, and thank you, Sister Sarada, for a wonderful presentation. I have learned a lot, and I am a nature-loving person, and you have explored a lot about nature, and I was in love with every single slide of you. Beautiful. Thank you for that. And takeaway from me is like drinking water, Yes, turning the AC off and go out for 10 minutes in the morning. And that created a thought in my mind straight away. You talk about the sun, and we make excuse for not going out to the sun. And I can imagine the sun making the excuse of not signing because there's a cloud on the way. How would how would it be that? Anyway, thank you, and happy International Wellness Day to everyone. And talking about the wellness, so I'm gonna ask everyone to take part in this presentation. What is wellness? Probably we can put it information in the chat. Is that possible?
Yeah, those who want, they can put it on the chat. Or else if they want to talk as well, you can just open up your mic and you can share your thoughts.
Well, Sister Sarada has given lots of tips, and I'm sure you can make a few out of it.
I think everyone is absorbing.
Yeah, that's okay. It's good. It's good to observe as well in this evening time, to observe and rest. Okay, so for me, we talk about the wellness, the well-being, and we talk a lot at our work talking about health and well-being. And I think health and well-being tells us a lot. Health particularly focuses on the physical side of the health. And talking about the well-being, I really want to hear from all of you. What is well-being? What is wellness? Is there any chat coming up?
Maybe I would just start and people would follow.
Yeah.
For me, in a simpler term, well-being means where the being is well placed, completely comfortable. Well, the being is different. The being is the inside thing, the living thing. And the body is good, yes, you experience goodness of everything. But at the same time, not every moment, everything is all right, everything is perfect, and you're receiving everything.
Yes.
Though we receive everything, something or other we fall short of it. Some deficiency, something in food or in lifestyle, some deficiencies will come, but the being can become well. In Nigeria we say, well done for everything. So who is doing it? It is the being inside. So I'm focusing more on the being part of it. It's more attractive in the well-being when you said. So the being is more attractive for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Really good. I think you've explained everything to me. So health is something we can see and we can feel. That's the body part. And the being is something we cannot see and we cannot feel. And it's about your mental well-being, your emotional well-being, and not to forget the spiritual well-being too. And these are the three things you cannot see and feel. Because you cannot see and feel, we sometimes forget. Talking about the health and well-being, we focus on our health. And if there's no illness, there's no pain and suffering, then we're well. And that's not it, is it? So talking about my experience of well-being, how do I keep my well-being, the wellness? And working as a nurse and being a mother, it is nice, it is rewarding, but at the same time, it can be demanding because of various things. There's a workload, in nursing, there's a physical workload, there is a mental workload, and there's an emotional demand at the same time. And it is time constrained. It's a modern nursing. There's lots happening in the current world now. And talking about the complexities of the patients in the modern people's health is very different to the olden people's health. And I can see, I've been nurse for 30 years, even in the last 20 years, I can see the demand of the health, the physical health is changed. When I came to UK 20 years back and compare it now, it's a huge difference. And obviously that puts lots of demand and things we have to consider when we're looking after our patients, when we're treating our patients. And nowadays we give the name, there's a posh name to the type of fatigue we get as a nurse, is compassion fatigue. And it is due to the impacts of people's unhappiness, the pain they suffer. And there are other challenges that people are going through in the complex socials and families complexities, which is now growing more and more. And that puts the pressure and that puts the demand on the people's health and well-being. We need to take care of them. And there are other perspectives of the jobs that we have to consider at the same time. And there are lots of people with a mental illness nowadays. There are lots of mental illness, unhappiness, the depressions and anxieties is growing. And that also puts challenge on our job in a way that people cannot accept the advice the way it is. They want to mix their ideas because there are lots of ideas in the world, in the Googles and everywhere. And also there are often the challenging behaviors expressed towards the nurses when you're looking after them. It can be in various forms. And this all kind of things that puts barriers of wellness on me as a person, as a nurse. And I can imagine this the same in other colleagues too. If anybody has any ideas of what are the barriers of wellness in your case, I would love to hear that. Okay.
Sritharan, you can read in chat. The few have shared of some of their views
Okay. Anji.
about wellness.
I go
Shardben
to
herself
chat.
shared.
No, that is about wellness. The first question. Let me
The first
tell you,
question.
Sister Sunita.
Anji.
You know, the barriers which mostly people face, I have seen is lack of time.
Well, I believe lack
I
of
hope you can hear me.
attention. Well, time, again, lack of attention. If you have priority, you create time, isn't it? So, lack of attention, and then I think carelessness, laziness. It's not awareness, lack of awareness, but everyone knows. But to do, that's
No,
the most
no, sister.
important.
As a working lady, I'm just saying that, you know,
Oh
mostly it
yeah,
is
I
stress and
like
mental
Pratishta. Sister Pratishta said poor time management. I like that word.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
stress and mental pressure is another one which I always
Yes.
feel that, you know, and then poor lifestyle habits. This is one
True.
thing which I have been battling with people, you know, into the wellness group. And Sister Gautami said, lack of awareness or even education, you know, lack of means about hydration, about sleep, like what I said just now. You know,
Yeah.
they all know it is necessary, but there is no awareness about it.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
you
And
need to
I also like,
prioritize actually. You need to
yeah.
give proper respect to these things. You know, body and mind is a matter of respect and responsibility.
Yeah.
And to my own experience, what I find myself is to be always perfect is one of the barriers.
Oh yeah, that also is there too.
Very
That is
You know,
my
to
true.
problem.
become perfect.
That's how
Very true.
exactly Subhasvaisi is. He wants everything perfect. That's right. You cannot be perfect all the time. And
You can take tension of this. To be perfect is very good, but to constantly create these thoughts, I want to be perfect, let's do this perfect, that perfect, and finally we get to somewhere take tension and stress of perfection.
Yeah, I always try to get rid of that one, but it's not possible. That is kind of inborn habit, so I can't get rid of that.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing. That's really amazing. I think I really like the point from Pratishta about the poor time management. And when you talk about the poor time management, how do you make the time management better? So that's where the meditation and mindfulness comes place, and equally not just for your well-being and feeling good, feeling better and staying away from anxiety and depression, but also the meditation and mindfulness will help with the poor time management as well. I can give a little example in a minute. So I do practice meditation, and that helps me in my work every day when there's a demands from as a nurse, as a leader, as a manager, as a project handler. There are lots of things happens in my day-to-day work. I've got 8 hour shift and I've got 1 million things to be done. And being mindfulness and being aware of what's happening and how it's affecting me, or am I being able to stay away from that effect, is one thing. So meditation is a practice for training awareness, attention, and achieving a mentally clear, emotionally calm, and the stable state. So that's the definition from the Google. Yeah. Yes. And why that is important is the mind. Mind creates lots of things. It responds to many situations, either negative or positive, and it falls in place and creates the thoughts and feelings at the same time. And we cannot turn the mind to think. We cannot turn it off, but we can divert, perhaps. Maybe we can replace and just seek for the useful thoughts that we choose to select the useful thoughts that's important for us for that moment. when we don't when we don't give our mind the right thoughts, the right food, and that's where the time is wasted. And this is what I learned from meditation, that being aware of the situations, being aware of how my mind, my behavior is reacting to it, and acting accordingly. This is where I save my time. This is where I protect myself from being anxiety and depressed or any sort of other feelings I might come across. And mindfulness, again, sometimes we sit, especially when you're tired, and you didn't even know the time goes. You didn't even know where the time goes, what thoughts came in my mind. And that takes sometimes ages and ages and every now and then. And if we have given our mind the right thoughts with a positive reassurance and the good homework, then we don't have spent so much time or wasted so much time on where the mind is drifted away. That can happen in the middle of the work, that can happen at home when you're resting. Instead, give your mind some food that's positive, that's productive for yourself. And practicing meditation, how it helps. At work, we work with the people. We have colleagues, we have our clients, we have managers, we have businesses. And we have to look after all of them. It's all dealing with people. When we deal with people, when I was young nurse, I was a good nurse. I was so proud. I was very good. I was very hardworking. I was very efficient. And I expected the same from everyone. Although I didn't say it in word, I had feelings. That's what my feelings inside me. And that really created the boundaries and unhappiness and relationship and conflict problem. And when you start learning meditation, then it just came to me realization: do not expect anything from anybody. And that lifted my state straight away, and that helps me build the relationship with my colleagues in a more positive way, because then I learned to give things but not to expect. I learned to work hard but not to expect the same thing from other people. And that really, really helped me in the relationship at work and at home as well. And after 10 years, 11 years of practicing meditation, I just recently, somehow, it came to me, I've started to accept everyone the way they are and love them. And I knew the theory, I had the knowledge, I had the understanding, but it hasn't come to me. And I knew it wasn't come to me, but somehow it just recently, I've started to accept the people the way they are and love them the way it's just automatically coming. And it was very, very powerful. I don't know why it took me so many years, but it came now. So what I learned from here is continue practicing well-being, continue practicing good thing, and continue practicing your mind in the right and direct your mind in the right directions all the time. There is a step forward and a step backwards, but continue practicing. And other thing I learned here is to see the qualities in everyone. It's our human nature. We're born, or somehow we got it in our sanskars, in our behavior, that when you look at the people, we're very, very quick to look at the bad side of the people. It's our mind is learned it that way, isn't it? That's our behavior, attitude. So how do we sift that? Again, it is lots of practice. It is lots of meditation. It is lots of reinforcing your mind. And we have to learn to see the good side. When I talk about Sister Gautami, I never say bad side of good Sister Gautami. I don't know why I'm giving her an example. But Sister Gautami is such a hardworking person. She's so loving. She's so caring. And I enjoyed every single moment of being around Sister Gautami. And that's the picture I get. The moment I mention of Sister Gautami's name, and I just get that picture. And I feel so good. Whereas in the past, I think of some of the colleagues, I always say, so-and-so with such a bad qualities. I link the bad qualities, but now I'm still learning. I'm not mastered it. I'm still learning and choosing to just to see the qualities of every single person, no matter what they are. So that's that. And other thing I practice is a part of meditation is we read our Murli, the sister already mentioned earlier. We read Murli in the morning, and it's a long pages, long Murlis, but I pick a couple of points, and I picked the self-respect point. That means I'm building my self-respect and confidence. So there are loads of self-respect point comes, but I picked the one relevant for me. So I can be in a situation, I'm dealing with the patients, and patients is being rude to me, telling me all sort of words. How do I detach myself? What do I do? So I'm watching myself in my mind. Look, this is happening now. How do I respond? So I'm talking to myself. I'm being aware of the situation instead of being sad or tearful or angry or responding to the person in a similar manner. I'm holding back. I'm pausing and I'm thinking, what's happening? Why is happening? And what can I do? And what is the best thing to do? There are times I sit and I listen. I give them some time, and the patient calms down after a moment because I have given the time I've heard them. I've let them, all the boiling things out of them. And there are times more I listen, people get more angry and angrier and become very, very agitated. And this is where either I choose the power to tolerate or power to face, or I use the power to withdraw and I walk away. Because me using the power to silence, power to tolerate, and power to face hasn't helped. So I choose the power to withdraw myself from the situations and walk away, because my safety and my mental well-being is important too while I'm helping other people. I prioritize myself in this case. So yes, I've learned a lot from here. And also at the same time, I use the moment is very tough, it's stressful. So I use the power of the self-respect. So I leave, I stay for 5 minutes and I keep quiet and I remind myself, I am a peaceful being, and repeat with the feeling, I am a peaceful being. And feel. And that brings your power back, and that makes you forget that situation you have come across and move on and be ready for other things. And other tips I practice is we have got an app called BeJohn app, and it gives me every hour I have got a beautiful music comes in my mobile for 30 seconds to 40 seconds. And that's the time I pause. I reflect what has happened throughout in my last hour. I check in. What is the state of me at the moment? And I remind myself with a self-respect point, I am a peaceful being. I am the victorious being. I am a powerful being. And then move on for the next step. Then I'm preparing mind to face another works that's coming up in next hour, to do it in an efficient manner without wasting, without falling in different emotions and feelings that's negative and that can draw me back and take more time of mine. So that's my tips. And other thing I was going to mention about is the nature walk. Nature walk helps me on my days off and connect to Supreme. I am a soul and I connect to the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Teacher, the Father. And that's another way that helps me. So yes, that's my presentation for today. And thank you for listening, and happy to hear from everyone.
Lovely. That's so nice, Now, it looks now complete. You covered major part of the mind, intellect, and emotions and inner health. And Sister Sharda has covered the most of the body and metabolism, lifestyle and habits, food habits, drinking water habits, sleeping habits and all. And you spoke about also the most important part within. I would like to read few messages in the chat because I want to acknowledge this. Sister Pratishta says, thank you, Sister Sunita, very inspiring. And Rita Ben says, Om Shanti, very inspiring. Thank you for Sharda Ben's talk. And thank you, Sister, this is highly educative. Barbara says to Sister Sharda. And thank you, Sharda Ben, beautiful, eye-opening thoughts. Sister Vidya says, yeah, Empress Sister Pratishta spoke about your question, Sunita Ben. She said, well-being is subjective, poor sleep, stress, and poor time management and all of this. And yeah, majority everyone is happy listening to both of you. I also want to acknowledge Brother Jaina, who has got connected all the way from Abeokuta. Sister Thaya Kinpello, she is the media consultant, and she is connected in Nigeria, in Lagos only, but quite far. And thank you for being connected. Subhash Bhai, all the way from London. Thank you, Subhash Bhai. Few souls are not here. I want to acknowledge. Oh, Kiran Ben is here again from London. And Sister Barbara, she is the in charge. I don't know. She's the leader of 1,000 women in religion. 1,000 women in religion. So she also does a lot of charitable activities, bringing benefit to many groups in the society to uplift their and boost their morale. And Mohan Bhai, thank you for being connected. Yes, anybody wants to ask any question, or we'll go to a quick meditation? Does anybody want to share or recollect or remind the points that they have noted, or if they want to share their takeaway? I think everyone is content. One thing I really liked about Sister Sunita's talk is when you remember a person or recollect a person, you recollect with their goodness, one good quality or two good qualities about them. So when you associate everyone with their inner goodness or the good qualities that they have, then it is very easy that I feel good whenever I remember or recollect about that person. This is very simple and this is very sweet and very powerful. It's very difficult in nowadays. People get attracted towards the little weaknesses and the simple mistakes, and they hold on to that for a longer period of time, and they feel bitter within themselves and also bitter about the person. But then, this is a wonderful technique that you said. Whenever you think about a person, think about the one goodness, one good quality about the person, and certainly we feel good about ourselves. So simple and so sweet. Thank you, Sister Sunita.
Thank you, Sister Sunita. Thank you, Sister Gautami. I just wanted to add on what both of you have
Sure.
said. Actually, Sister Sunita, like Gautami sister has given introduction about you go taking round in London. Recently, I had an opportunity to go to Lagos, and Sister Gautami was with me all through. Wherever I went, whatever time, she would definitely make time to move around with me. And then, sometimes I feel maybe I'm taxing her. Sometimes I feel maybe she's too tired, but she never said a word about it. She was with me from morning till evening. We were going, like Lagos has a lot of hectic traffic and all, but still, sister did not say a word, long distances, and she has been moving. So I really recollect it with a lot of nostalgia because I keep looking forward to go
Pleasure.
there again because of
You're
the
waiting.
love
Lighthouse is
and
waiting.
Sister Gautami and Meenal Ben, they are all amazing in the kitchen also. So in the bandar, the way they do, sometimes it amazes me. I would be standing backward and I say, okay, let me cut some vegetables and give or do something. But the way, the fast, the speed they do is really amazing. And thank you so much for all that, sister.
Thank you for recollecting and
It's a
sharing in this gathering.
it's a pleasure being with you all here.
Great pleasure. Really. I request Sister Sunita to please conduct some meditation. If you want, you can open your videos and stabilize yourself. You can take drishti.
Om Shanti. Let us sit comfortably in our place with your back straight, feet resting flat on the ground, and both hands resting and relaxed on our knees. Make sure your back is straight and your neck is straight and relaxed. Take a nice deep breathing. When you breathe in, count up to 4, hold for 2 seconds, and when you breathe out, count up to 6. And now, stabilize is a point form. The point form, the being, the powerhouse in the middle of your forehead. And order each part of your body to relax. Starting from your foot, your ankle, your legs, your knees, and your thighs. Just order them to relax and see and watch that each muscles are completely relaxed. Now move up to your back, your spine, your shoulders, your neck, and your upper limbs, your tummy, and your chest. Just order them to relax and leave it complete loose. And lastly, order your face muscles to relax completely. Now focus again on a point of light in the middle of your forehead that is sparkling, peaceful, bright rays. And now I choose to turn within. I turn within, I look within, and I become completely introverted. And when I look within, I find the ocean of peace, love, happiness, power, and bliss. It's all within me. And I just choose to go deeper, to feel that love, to feel that peace, and to feel that happiness. Deeper I go in, I find them in abundance, unlimited. It's my natural qualities. It's my original qualities. I am peace. I am love. And I am happy. And I connect to the Supreme Being, Supreme Soul that resides in the Supreme Abode. He is the ocean of love, peace, and happiness. And I am his child. That I claim my inheritance from the God, the Father, the Supreme Being. And I allow God's love, peace, and happiness to shower all over me. I feel the peace. I gain the peace. I keep the peace and I share it. And I share it in abundance to everyone, to the people, to the nature, to the mother world. I just become an instrument to spread the God's love, peace, and happiness to all around me. Om Shanti. Thank you.
and live it every day. Our worth is not in things we own, but in how deep we care. For silent strength, a stable light, a heart that truly cares.
Om Shanti, everyone. Sorry, the net has gone because the power it was not there. The Wi-Fi connections have got off. Once again, thanks a lot
Om Shanti.
for being part of this wonderful discussion. Special thanks to Sharda Ben, Sister Sharda and Sister Sunita. Have a wonderful time. Happy weekend. And may you celebrate Wellness Day every day, all through the life. And also share your tips and inspirations to others and inspire others to constantly experience the wellness, holistic.